On April 1st, 2023, transgender social media influencer Dylan Mulvaney published an Instagram post that featured a partnership with Bud Light. In the video, Mulvaney promoted March Madness in a Bud Light campaign, #EasyCarry Contest, which offered an opportunity for stakeholders to win $15,000. Shortly after the post was published, both Dylan Mulvaney and the Bud Light brand began receiving extensive negative pushback. Bud Light is a brand of beer owned and produced by the German-American brewing company Anheuser-Busch, which was established in the 1850s. Bud Light started in the 1980s when it was introduced to the world as Budweiser Light. Eventually, it was given the name Bud Light. During that time, light beer was becoming more and more popular, and Bud Light began targeting its marketing at young males. Anheuser-Busch practices a constructivist CSR approach, which according to Carol is when an organization interweaves their CSR practices into every single facet of the company, because they believe that they have a responsibility to give back to their community. They do this in several different ways. They support charitable organizations. Anheuser-Busch has donated over $500 million to organizations since 1906, including the American Red Cross. They support schools and disaster relief through providing cans of water to areas in need. They have employee volunteer programs that employees of Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light are required to participate in. They advocate for responsible drinking, and since the 1980s have provided rides for individuals coming back from bars and restaurants. They also have a patriotism focus. For every barrel of Bud Light and Budweiser sold, $1 is donated to Folds of Honor. Moreover, they have inclusive benefits. Anheuser-Busch has introduced inclusive benefits such as gender-affirming medical support for transgender colleagues in the United States. The mission statement of Bud Light is as follows: easy to drink, easy to enjoy. That's what Bud Light, with its 4 simple ingredients, has always stood for. We believe in brewing the highest quality light beer on earth, and that's why we pay special attention to every step throughout the brewing process to ensure the Bud Light in your hands is the best it can be with every single sip. At Anheuser-Busch, the mission statement of the company is a future with more cheers, which the company aims to achieve not only through producing their best-selling beers, but also through their corporate social responsibility initiatives. Anheuser-Busch's leadership consists of CEO Brendan Whitworth and a team of 14 others. Thus, it's a team of 15 in the administrative position. However, after looking at this team, we noticed that there's only one woman, and the rest of the 14 individuals are men. Specifically for the Bud Light leadership team, the Vice President of Global Marketing is Todd Allen. This is important because before Todd Allen, Alyssa Heinerscheid was the Vice President of Global Marketing for Bud Light. In this role, the Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light partnership campaign ran live, and in November 2023, Heinerscheid stepped out of the role for Bud Light. The actual reputation, as described by Carol, which is how the brand communicates itself to be, is that Bud Light is a brand that targets young men engaged with athletics and who value making a difference in people's lives. The conceived reputation, which is described by Carol as how stakeholders perceive the brand, is that of a successful beer company with liberal values, which came to be after the Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light partnership. Shortly after the Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light partnership, the Bud Light brand and Dylan Mulvaney began receiving extensive negative pushback, specifically from right-leaning stakeholders. According to Combs, the Bud Light and Dylan Mulvaney situation is an organizational crisis. A characteristic of an organizational crisis, according to Combs, is the disruption of stakeholder expectations. And through choosing Dylan Mulvaney to be the Bud Light spokesperson, or a Bud Light spokesperson, Bud Light disrupted their bearded, white, tattooed male stakeholders' expectations of the brand. Bud Light responded to the Bud Light and Dylan Mulvaney controversy by sharing a company statement issued by Bud Light's parent company, Anheuser-Busch. The message was shared on April 14th, 2023, and signed by the CEO of Anheuser-Busch, Brendan Whitworth. The statement was shared on X, Instagram, and the Anheuser-Busch company website. According to Mulvaney, neither Anheuser-Busch nor Bud Light reached out during the height of the controversy and backlash or afterwards. Moreover, Alyssa Heinerscheid, the former vice president of global marketing for Bud Light, took a leave of absence from the company in late April 2023. By November 2023, Heinerscheid ended her time with the company and brand. According to Heinerscheid, who took the position of VP of Global Marketing to Bud Light in August 2022, part of her role was to evolve and elevate the brand. And to Heinerscheid, this meant expanding the brand's communicated inclusivity. This is according to a Newsweek article. The strengths of the Bud Light and Dylan Mulvaney crisis response are the following. The company's statement addressed core values of the company. It talked about bringing people together, their values of respect, patriotism, and hard work. It connected right with their mission statement, a future with more cheers. The statement was grammatically correct and visually easy to look at. The statement came 2 weeks after the controversy. The statement was only a word statement or written statement, and on Twitter, an image of the message was posted. However, on Instagram, the image of the message was the second picture published to the post. So users had to swipe past a photo of an Anheuser-Busch facility to see the message, creating an unnecessary barrier to the statement. The statement also did not apologize for anything necessarily or for the backlash that Dylan Mulvaney received. Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch failed to reach out to Dylan Mulvaney, according to Dylan Mulvaney, which, according to PR Daily, left Mulvaney to deal with a frightening fallout. The leave of absence from Heinerscheid was not clearly communicated on Bud Light's social media or Anheuser-Busch's social media. No visual or audio element was created or included with the statement issued 2 weeks following the crisis. And today, to find the company's response, you have to dig through their social media posts. In regards to corporate historical responsibility, there was no need for Bud Light or Anheuser-Busch to include corporate historical responsibility in its crisis response because they have a fairly clean past.
Exodus 4:15-16 says, "You, Moses, shall speak to him, Aaron, and put the words in his mouth, and I will be with your mouth and with his mouth, and will teach you both what to do. He shall speak for you to the people, and he shall be your mouth, and you shall be as God to him." Now Exodus 7:1 says, "And the Lord said to Moses, See, I have made you like God to Pharaoh, and your brother Aaron shall be your prophet." While this is As a secular company, Bud Light is not expected to obtain the morals and values that align with the Bible. However, they need to uphold the values set by their own company. On the contrary, a Christian company might use this as an opportunity to spread the gospel by using their words as God has given his disciples a voice. In conclusion, Bud Light took a passive response, hoping sales would return to normal, as well as former stakeholders returning as loyal consumers of the brand.